Hi, I'm Alex, and today I want to talk to you about how your phone may be a little bit more dangerous than we think. Alright, there's been a lot of information and articles written about how dangerous our phone can be. However, today I want to talk about something that I haven't really seen discussed as much. When I was back in school, between the ages of 16 to my mid-20s, I smoked on a regular basis. I'll never forget that I always had to make sure I had that packet of ciggies in my left pocket. Throughout the day I'd even open it, without the intention of actually smoking one. Just the act of opening the packet felt pretty good. Maybe I was just double checking that I had enough to get me through the day. Anyways, look what's in my left pocket now. Could this thing be the modern day packet of smokes? I mean, we all sometimes take it out of our pocket even if we don't need to. We tell ourselves that we're just checking the time, but what we're really checking for is to see if there's a sweet hit of notification candy. The simple act of just looking at it makes us feel a little bit better. It gives us a small sense of relief, just like a cigarette. Okay, sure. There hasn't been a definite case of a phone giving us cancer, yet. However, now there's been an overwhelming amount of evidence saying that the majority of us are very much addicted to it. Why are we addicted? Well, just like the cigarettes, when you smoke one, you get a sweet hit of dopamine. Well, the exact same thing happens when we get a message or a notification, so naturally, we keep checking it, just to be sure. And sometimes we get caught spending hours on end in the same app. So just like a nicotine patch that's meant to help you quit smoking, the phone companies created a screen indicator or alarm just to let you know how much time you're actually spending on certain apps. But let's face it, that doesn't really work either. We'll just get another notification and majority of us will just swipe it away and keep at it. And ultimately, we can easily switch it off. Anyways, phones might not be giving us cancer, however it's now been realised that they're one of the main causes of dopamine overload. Now we all need some dopamine. It's a big part of allowing us to feel pleasure, satisfaction and motivation. However, too much of it can cause us some serious problems. An article from the Health Direct website states, having too much dopamine or too much dopamine concentrated in some parts of the brain and not enough in other parts is linked to being more competitive, aggressive and having poor impulse control. It can lead to conditions that include ADHD, binge eating, addiction and gambling. So I'm not saying we shouldn't use phones at all. I'm just saying that we should probably start using them with some extra caution and awareness. Maybe having a few hours or a day or two off once in a while, just to let our dopamine levels balance out. And we have to realise, if the phone is increasing our dopamine, it means that we tend to want to use it more, because the previous hit is never as good as the next. Now there's one more bit of info I want to share as I feel it's very related to phone use. So we know that our phone can give us dopamine overload. However, studies have shown us that dopamine overload is now correlated with our ability to delay gratification. An article from the Science Daily website states, dopamine is the chemical messenger in the brain most closely associated with pleasure and reward. Recent scientific advances now shed light on precise roles for dopamine in the reward process. Senior author Dr. Regina Corelli explained their findings. We found that dopamine signaled the more preferred option. More dopamine was observed for cues signaling immediate large rewards, but this declined as the delay to the large reward increased. This shift in dopamine release and associated tendency to choose smaller immediate rewards over larger delayed rewards is consistent with the phenomenon of delayed discounting. So just to be clear, delayed discounting means that we lose our value for the reward. If it's going to take a little longer than usual, then we start to not really want it. Oh, that's going to take forever. I just won't bother. In other words, due to dopamine overload, our ability to have delayed gratification is decreased. And majority of us are all starting to prefer to get a much smaller reward straight away, like a notification. Oh. We now live in a world where we can pretty much get whatever we want almost straight away, just by pressing a button. We're getting used to it and it's now becoming normal. Nobody really wants to wait for anything anymore. So if using our phone is giving us dopamine overload, then it's also taking away our ability to have delayed gratification. That's pretty serious. You have to wonder, is it possible that if by using our phones too much, it's actually taking away our chance at having a bright future? So what's this got to do with meditation? And isn't meditation all about being in the present moment anyway? Well, yes it is. Meditation does help us focus on the present moment. And if we live with awareness in the present, then our future's going to be bright regardless. You see, if we decide to plant a seed today, we know that it'll eventually grow into a beautiful tree, and we'll even want to support it along the way. This can also be the same for a financial investment, slowly adding onto it bit by bit, and the longer we wait, the bigger the reward will be. By having a daily meditation practice, we're always being thoughtful and aware of the present moment. We automatically know that tomorrow, 5 or 10 years from now, is gonna be great anyway, as we learn to always appreciate the now. If we make good decisions today, then our future's gonna be that much brighter. So if phones are taking away our ability to wait and not care about any long-term goals, a healthy meditation practice will balance our dopamine levels and give back our ability to delay gratification. I'll leave links to the studies and articles down below. If this video has given you value, please hit the like button, subscribe, maybe put your phone away for a couple of hours. I'll see you next week. I'm Alex. Later, Meditator.
Make no mistake, it's time to meditate. Meditation, a little meditation for ya. Meditation.